Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Strompcast on episode 199, one away from the big 200. Before we look to the future, we must stay in the present. And today we have a very special guest. But before I introduce him, let me introduce you to my co-host first. Got the main man, Danny. How you doing today, man?
Doing great, a good bounce back win, but yeah, can't wait to start talking about it. And our special guest, needs some ball knowledge. So I'm glad, we're out here, helping out the needy. You know what I mean?
Helping out the youngins.
Facts.
Next up, we got Rich. How you doing today, man?
I'm good. Sucks that we had the tough 2-1 loss to Atalanta, but at least we bounced back against Arouca, which was nice. In what was a very Tugal-esque game, red cards on both sides. Welcoming our special guest, G. Thank God there's no fucking trivia, so that'll work in his favor.
Just for the audience sake, I think there was no point in doing that for him. But anyway,
I see it. Al Kadetsky kind of stuck. I know we'll never win a World Cup. You don't need to attack me like that in the fucking chat. I see you. Hurt my feeling. All one of them.
And next up, we got Chris. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. A bit devastated about the Phillies game last night, to be honest. But we'll see if the devastation continues over the next 2 days when they play some critical more games. Regards to Sporting, got a bounce back result, like Danny said. I guess I feel pretty good about the situation. We're top of the league at international break. The Atalanta game kind of sucked, but I mean, you can't win them all, right? That was our only loss this season. So, yeah, I think things we could say they're going pretty well,
Yeah, most definitely. And last but not least, our special guest. He makes very good comps, but he also has terrible ball knowledge. The only person to get 0 points in against the career path. It is GM10 Media. How you doing today, man?
I just want to say that I didn't get 0 points. I got 1 point.
Oh, sorry.
I got 1 point because I got
you played twice, and you played twice.
But
you put up a donut on the first one.
But obviously, Sam sent me the text last night saying I need someone to come on that knows ball. And obviously, he messaged me, so I thought.
And unfortunately, he couldn't come. So,
So you know what? I attended the call. I came on, and I just thought, I teach you guys, the real sport, the beautiful sport. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm glad to be here, man.
Glad to have you. And of course, you follow me if you want. But most importantly, make sure you follow all things Alvalade on all social media, all podcast platforms. But without further ado, let's get into the game. We'll start off with the most recent one, which is against Arouca. Felt like 10 versus 12 at some points, I will 100% say. But before we get into the bulk of the game, let me go through the starting lineups. We've got Adan in goal, Diamonde, who obviously got sent off, Coates, Inacio, Nuno Santos, Esgaio, Hulman, Morita, Pedro Gonzalez, Marcus Edwards, and Yocres. Off the bench, Mateus Reis, Jenny, Eduardo Quaresma, Braganza, and Neto. Since you're a special guest, G, what were your overall thoughts on this game?
I wish you didn't come to me first, I'll be real. No, it was a good game. I think we played well, but obviously, just that whole Diamond thing was just genuinely just the most embarrassing thing I've seen. Yeah, I remember I tweeted about it and I had Prem fans saying no way, that's real, and it is real, man. It was the most disgusting thing I think I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, it's the worst call I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I actually couldn't believe it, but luckily, Amrin did well, brought in the right subs, we changed it up. I felt bad for Quaresma though, got subbed off again. But no, I think we played well towards the end, anyways. Yocres was just difference maker, but overall, I think it was a good game. It was tough, but it was a good game.
Yeah, fair enough. Christian, I'll come to you next. Obviously, there is the Monday situation, and as G alluded to it as well, Eduardo Quaresma, and obviously, like I said, felt like 10 versus 12. Of course, it actually ended up being 10 versus 10 with another yellow card
for a couple of minutes, yeah.
But also, it was the Esgaio derby, the two brothers in action. So, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I didn't start Thiago Esgaio in fantasy this week. I can't be cheating on the side of the Esgaio derby that I truly back. Yeah, I did feel bad for Quaresma, and I forget, someone tweeted something effective chin up, lad. Like, you'll get more chances. Like, there's always tomorrow. And someone in our group was like, is there tomorrow?
I think that was me.
I don't know, man. I think
Don't know about that.
it's a fair point. I do not know if there is a tomorrow. I guess he wasn't that bad, but he definitely wasn't good. Definitely not good enough to get like more opportunities. I mean, maybe in the Tasa game, right? Games like that, but he's clearly not a serious option to Amorim, and I don't think this game changed that. The Diamande stuff is crazy. I actually thought that he got a straight red for the second yellow. And so I was like waiting for them because I was gonna be like, "Oh, this is gonna be a quick VAR review." I mean, they're gonna have to overturn this.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
And then I realized that he got a yellow actually, and there was no way to overturn it, and the ref actually like somewhat ruined the game in a way that was irreversible. So that was devastating. But yeah, I mean, they had their one cross and their nice little header, but they were not dangerous, even with a man up for 40 minutes. They did not really take advantage of that or even try to do anything. I think that like, as far like speaking of like guys buried in the depth chart, like Bragança is definitely buried. He gets garbage minutes. He gets like the last 4 minutes. That's like his best case scenario, it seems like. Morita had that like one bad game, but he's been good since. He scored today. Like there's really no space for him. There's no spot for him right now. And he's just kind of unlucky. But I don't know what the future holds for some of these guys. And as Gallo just keeps rolling, his backup he's not really pressuring him that hard for the starting spot, I would say.
Which one's his backup anyways? There's two, and like
his backup is
guaranteed.
Jenny, and like our $9 million signing could be our third string right back, to be honest.
You might need to add that door after the Tasa game, Chris.
Yeah, we'll see. I've been keeping an eye on it for sure, but yeah. Kawats was good. Kawats was solid.
Yeah.
Not called up again for Uruguay. I thought maybe that last not call up was like, oh, he's kind of injured and blah, blah, blah. Like, what's the excuse this time? Is he just not an option anymore? Kind of crazy that
they might just be phasing him out. Yeah.
Kind of crazy Mr. Israel is an option, but Kawats isn't, because it's funny because Kawats actually playing better now. And we were shitting on him at the beginning of the season because it wasn't good enough. And he stepped up his game, and now he's not getting called. I guess it's less games for him to like potentially fuck his knee up. So I'm not going to complain either. But yeah, we got the 3 points. Needed to be done. There's a world where this game just finishes 1-1, and we're incredibly disappointed. So I'm glad that they dug deep and pulled it out.
Yeah, fair enough. Danny, what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, man. Not much different. I feel bad for Quaresma as well, but I get the substitution because Quaresma had his moments. He looked decent, but he also was getting cooked by the Spanish kid in the middle. So I feel bad for him for sure, but I don't blame the coach for that at all. Like, he did what was better for the team. If that means to sub in 50-year-old Neto, I mean, he's definitely safer hands back there than
Win him out for his like 3 minutes a month cameo.
Yeah. Hey man, maybe he gets like a percentage of those appearance fees, like Amorim's like securing the bag or something. But yeah, man. Crazy red card, but what else is new here in Portugal? I feel like I'm just numb to it at this point. Like what a ridiculous second yellow. Like the first one was just as bad too. Never is that a yellow, and then the amount of red cards that Arouca got away with. I mean, they only got one right towards the end because it was so clear. Like the guy pulled down Gyökeres when he's going.
He had no choice but to give up the card.
Exactly.
That's why.
And so it's ridiculous. But I digress. Gyökeres, bro, man's a beast. Apology letter dropping very shortly in the coming hours. I'd say. I just have to write it up because I'm lazy. But but no, man, what a beast. My favorite play wasn't even the goal. it wasn't even his trickery like on the wings that because we went down 10 men. We subbed off Edwards, kind of surprisingly, but I got it because then we just placed Poch in the middle, and then Gyökeres was all over. That front line was entirely his. He was on the right, he was on the left, he was down the center, like absolute beast. And like I was saying, my favorite play is him coming back on defense. I think Quaresma, not Quaresma, but against like skies a shot or something along those effects. Comes back on defense, bodies the man, wins the ball back, gets it to Jenny. Jenny almost scores a banger. That to me is like the best play of the game, and it's what Gyökeres has been like the entirety of the season so far. Can't sing his praises enough. Yeah, man, we deserved the win at the end of the day. Even with 10 men, we were the better team. We gave them more possession in the second half, but we were down to 10, so it kind of made sense. But other than that one chance they had that they scored, I can't complain about too much in this game. I felt like the goal was coming. And yeah, bro, Coates. You know what it is with Coates? I see what Kevin's saying. I kind of even agree with that as well. Mm-hmm. But he's not bad on the ball. I think it's also just like either he's like quietly retired out of Uruguay, or maybe they are worried about injuries because he was just injured again.
They might also just be phasing him out too. It might just be a thing they're doing on their own.
You can't phase out a player that barely played, bro. He was always like third string.
There you go. It doesn't take long. You don't have to do much. You just don't call him up once. And that's it.
Exactly.
I also think they're scared from his injury history. Especially
that's what I think it is too.
What it might be.
And like the goalkeeping situation in Uruguay must be that crazy for Israel to get a or they're just like
call-ups.
Never mind, I won't say that joke. But yeah, like that's
Go on, Danny.
No. I have a job to protect, bro. I don't want to have them on the wrong.
I know what you were gonna say, but there's some current events that might prevent you from saying such a joke if it's what I think it is.
But yeah, before I go on to Richard, I will let you in on a secret that someone here, and it may be our special guest, is like the number one Coates hater. He does not like him at all. So G, do you want to put your views?
Yeah, stand your ground right now.
I don't want to say it because like I don't have any followers, right? So I think he's a good player. Like, I really listen. I hate him. I hate him more than anything in this world. I actually despise him more than anything. Honestly, I hate him. Like him and Bods, I fucking hate them too so much. Anyway, listen. Yeah, when we go to that Atlanta game, let me talk first, please, about Bods. I fucking hate him.
We're not there yet, but you can see with how shit we were. Came on, and we were good.
You didn't even play the first half.
Yeah.
I don't hate Coates like as much.
Nobody on Sporting played the first half.
I don't hate Coates as much as Sam makes out to be, but I don't like him. I think he's shit. To be honest with you, I think he's shit. I think he's fucking shit, personally. But that's me though.
That's how I feel about Trinco a little bit.
Yeah,
and like the last 2 months of last season was like I was like, oh, maybe I was tripping a little bit. Maybe he's a baller.
No, you weren't.
He might suck, honestly.
Also, the thing about Coates that I don't like is I think our fan base overrate him a little bit too much. Like I'm hearing legend shouts. Like, man, if he's a legend, then I'm a legend as well. Just calm down.
You're a legend, bro.
I'm a Twitter legend, and if he's a legend, bro, just let me land, right? And then listen, yeah, you know what?
Let you land.
If he wins another league title, I might do what Danny said, and I might write an apology letter. I might. He's going another time on the bench, though, preferably. But yeah,
that's crazy.
That's wild. That's unbelievable stuff. And I'm the guy who 2 weeks ago said, let's get rid of offsides. That might be the wildest take on the history of the show. And 2 weeks ago, I fucking get rid of offsides.
But please don't unfollow me. I've got a Gyökeres so far coming out, so follow me.
Facts.
Don't unfollow, please.
I just followed, bro. I just refollowed.
To appease the Sporting fans, you need to make a Coates one, man. Next game.
That's the apology. That's the apology of the Coates call.
His PR team will have to pay me to do that, I'll be honest with you. And give me the clips. And then I might think about it. But he's shit, but yeah, he's alright. I don't know.
Fair enough. And on that note, Richard, do you want to give me your thoughts on this game?
Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know if I can follow that up. Jesus Christ on the cross. Arouca, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, those were bullshit yellows on Diamante. They were so bad. I also did what Chris did. I forgot he had a yellow. So I thought they gave him a straight yard. I'm like, what did he do? And then I realized after the fact they said, oh, second yellow on the broadcast. I went, oh, never mind. Now, that being said, both fouls are extremely soft. They're fouls, but they're extremely soft to give a yellow for. So that just did not help. Also killed me in fantasy this week. I would have leapfrogged Sam.
Quickly about the Diamante thing, yeah. Someone in my, when I tweeted about saying an embarrassment, someone in my comments said it was an elbow to the face. And he dived. I was in fucking disbelief. He just said that to my comment.
Was that a Benfica fan by any chance?
Sounds like it.
Like a Darwin Núñez fucking header or something crazy.
Believe it or not, it was a PSV fan. I checked his bio.
What are they coming at us for? We didn't do shit to them.
Why does PSV fan follow you?
To be fair, we did batter them a few years ago, but
I think we also lost to them in that
same
season.
Them, so it's a wash.
Yeah, I don't know. He said it was a clear elbow to the face, and he dived apparently.
I even saw Porto and Benfica fans say like that's never a foul, and it's like when they say it's not a foul, it's like surely something's gone wrong.
It's like I honestly, you know what? When that happened, it was just I was actually in this. You know what? I was in this belief. I was so close to just turn off my stream and went to bed. Honestly, I was in fucking disbelief.
Brutal. Yeah, soft 2 yellow cards did not help. Their goal, our defense is caught napping, but Adon needs to do remotely better to even try and get there. It's kind of like the Matheus Oliveira goal, the first free kick goal from the week before. Not taken away from the goal scorer because it's well timed, it's well placed, but it's almost right at him. He can do better. He can do better. It's almost right at him. For the love of God, just do better.
I also think
all of his timing is so
falls asleep on the.
I'll be real, we can blame Madan, but man, the guy was.
The defense hasn't helped him.
The guy was.
The defense has not helped him in any sense.
Just one more thing to throw G in it again. He said in the group chat to me and Kevin that he likes Adan and that he is actually underrated. And that
why did you invite this man on the pod?
So when I was joking around saying he has zero ball knowledge, I was actually telling the truth. I'm kidding.
I promise
Bro's gonna ruin our whole agenda on this podcast.
I promise you, I can explain this one.
If Kevin is still in this chat, he can back me up and say.
Honestly, I think he's shit, right? Don't get me wrong. I think he's the worst keeper I've ever fucking seen in my life, right? He is fucking shit. I'd rather have Sam in goal, right? But honestly, though, I only said I liked him because his stock level was low. So I thought,
you thought buy the low.
Let me, you know what?
I like that.
You know what they say? Buy the dip. Buy the dip. You know what I do? I bought the dip. And I'm in my overdraft, so it's over. You know what I mean? I'm fucked. But he is shit. I was only trolling. He is fucking awful.
That's crazy.
I think that's the last awful ball knowledge, extremely awful ball knowledge take that G has that I can remember. I'm sure Kevin and Shaquille will remind me.
That's a rough take. You've had 3 wild takes, and we're not even 20 minutes in.
I do think
I love that now.
I do think though in January we need to get a keeper, man, because he is so dog shit. We should get that Luis Junior guy. I don't know if he's good, but
give Franco Israel.
He's pretty good.
I agree with you there.
Nah, not
I
Franco.
like him.
Not Franco. I think Franco's he hasn't. Nah, not yet.
Franco to me has been put in the deep end so many times against Marseille and then Benfica. Which, to be fair, I think the Benfica he played pretty well.
He played well. Yeah, he played decent in the Benfica.
But you can't if you're gonna play that, you can't keep throwing him to the wolves. You got to ease him in at some point.
I think it'd be too early to throw him in because we're trying to win a title and stuff. I think it's too early. I think play a safe bet. Get him or that keeper from Arouca as well. He's quite good. But
yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's decent.
Get one of them two, and then maybe in a few years give Israel some minutes. But for now, just let him sit on the bench for now. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't mind giving him garbage games like if he plays
cup games
and toss the Liga, that's fine. I don't mind giving him those starts and the odd league game if you're you have nothing to play for at the end of a season, right? That's fine. but you can't just throw them to the wolves like they've done. Like, oh, you're playing Marseille as a sub now, and oh, you're playing Benfica next week. Good luck, G. Like, you can't do that.
To be fair though, that Marseille game, he had to go in anyways. Like
You didn't have a choice. You didn't
had
have
to
a
go in.
choice, but what happened in that Marseille game? I forget. Sam, you refresh my memory.
He came out for a corner and completely missed it. Tried to punch it, and it.
I meant what led to him
be
getting
fair,
subbed. Oh, I was being
we were already 2-0. Oh, a dove. Yes, no, do not mind.
That game as well. I remember Matza. That was his first game. He was really good that game. I remember he came on. He was actually quite good.
You know what's crazy? We were up 1-0 in that game. We could have gone up 2-0, like within like the first 5 minutes, and then right after the chance that could have made it 2-0, they came down and scored.
It was Potts, if I remember correctly.
I think it
That
was.
was-
Potts. That's what was
man.
heartbreaking. Like, man, you went from it could have been 2-0 to you're down 2-1.
Trincao
Life's
scored in the
crazy.
first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Life comes at you
That game was mental. I remember like the team were like they arrived like half an hour late. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
almost
man.
forgot about that.
That was fucking mental.
Yeah. Back to this game. Not much else to add. We're gonna finish this game. We're gonna get through this game. God help us. Not much else to add. Like, I think the guys already kind of summed it up. Jokeres was my man of the match. They did not, for a team that played a man up for most of the game, they really did not look it. They really did very little to try to attack the game.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, their red card was very much deserved. Like, the ref had no choice to give him a card, but to give him a card there. It was not a good foul. Yeah, we won. Thank God. It looked like it could have been 1-1. That's what I thought it was going to finish 1-1 until Marita managed to get a goal. I thought Nuno Santos scored that banger from outside. I got fooled for a split second.
The crowd did too.
Yeah, everybody. I was like, "Oh shit!" And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah." We all got played, but we moved. But the game's a game.
Yeah, most definitely. I won't pick it back on like too much what you guys said. Adan had a great performance in terms of time wasting and being a shithouse, which is his best sort of performance. But even so, like when he was wasting time, there were still points like the ball came to him, he like tried to catch it and he drops it. I'm like, no, just
All the time, bro.
I'll just look
Is
away.
it
I
me
can't
or,
watch.
like, his arms are bare small. Did you just notice?
it's like the T-Rex. Someone did the meme
His
of the
arms
T-Rex.
are tiny.
T-Rex.
It's not like, you just can't catch because like I would say like Pickford has like the same like T-Rex.
He
arms.
catches like
Pickford
I
is-
catch, which isn't great. Like,
Yeah.
it's not
I don't understand though. Why doesn't he just retire? Like he's done now.
He's
He like,
getting paid.
He's getting the bag, bro.
Bro, he's scamming a living.
get the
What
bag in
does that
Saudi,
mean?
man. Get out of Portugal, man.
Facts.
He gets to live in
He
or he gets to live in
Yeah.
Lisboa, great weather. He gets to eat paella, whatever he wants. He's scamming.
Yeah, but he
gets
brings
to
us the
sit
pressure.
in
to
that.
not get
He's
anything.
scamming a living. Dude's a genius.
And he's like one of them people you know at work that just puts in like awful performance and is somehow still there. They just like
Yeah.
just knows
He's
it.
the group. He's the kid in the group project that did nothing, but he still gets part of the A, or like that. He's that kid.
It's just they can't fire him because he's been there for so long, you know?
And there's no one behind him that's like knocking it out.
Yeah,
the
no
door.
one else can
Yeah,
step
yeah,
into
yeah.
work to his position readily.
I
So
do
we're kind
wonder
of stuck with
if,
him.
I do wonder if like after that Valencia game, like I'm curious if like Amoni's looked at that and gone, yeah, it's over now. Like he is bad.
But he's not done it for the
He's
last
not
20
done it for
times.
last year, so-
Because I know, like I've seen it. Like he's apparently said, he's still got it. But I reckon now he's got it.
Nah, because
There was-
I saw someone tweet earlier that for the Tassa game, Franco Israel will be flying back like the day before. So Adan is most likely going to start.
Probably starting.
Oh,
Probably starting.
So-
Or Kalai.
Bro.
Can we get Kalai maybe?
Yeah, we got Theo Klobuchar for Theo
He's
Klobuchar.
gonna be too busy sitting on the bench over in South America to not be able to
To
sit
not
on
be
the
able to
bench
sit
in
on the
Portugal.
bench in Portugal. Fuck.
Man,
There was also after the Farense game, there was like a news article saying that Amorim was like worried about free kicks moving forward.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
that
dude.
like
Breaking news, man! Breaking fucking news. Actually,
yeah.
that's still in my mind. Them two free kicks.
So that tells me that Amorim might also watch the games. Just saying. It seems like sometimes he doesn't.
But other than that, I thought Hjulmand had a poor performance, probably his worst performance
Yeah.
yet. But I still think
Yeah.
he was all right, but like just not up to what we've seen. Mark Edwards, I mean, I hate how he gets pulled, but I know why he got pulled. But it's just
Yeah.
he's got an assist.
He was quite good, actually.
He's been good for like the
Yeah.
last sort of 3 or 4 games. He's been really in form.
Yeah.
The back three, especially Coates, I think was sleeping on that goal as mentioned earlier. I don't
Yeah.
blame Dan too much because it is sort of point blank. I know it is almost straight at him, but I think in that scenario it will be difficult. And I hate Dan, but that's a difficult.
His
save, I think.
defense has to help him out there. They need to do a better
that
job.
was awful defending. Genuinely, it was disgusting.
Yeah, and then I feel bad for Eduardo Cresma, but he was getting cooked on that. I think it was right hand side. Yeah, he was getting cooked. And but I still think Amorim should have just gone with Neto from the beginning because I think experience is what you needed in that moment. And I know maybe Neto is not really fit to play that long, but it was still he come on like the 60th minute. Surely Neto could play for half an hour.
I think it's more so like Quaresma he's better on the ball than Neto. And we already have Kuach, who isn't the greatest on the ball either. So that's what I was thinking. And that's what I've noticed. And
also, to be fair, Quaresma was good in preseason as well. So he maybe thought, give the guy a chance or something.
He had his moments in this game. Like after he got that yellow, he won a few tackles here and there, but then he did get cooked also another 2 times after that. So
I think as soon as he got the yellow card, it was like, you're probably coming off. Like I didn't think he would. That's what Amorim was like. Okay, you're
I think it's time for him to go to Chavs and just stay there for a little bit.
he might. He's the guy.
The loan to Hoffenheim was
so
stupid. The loan to Hoffenheim was poor. Like, why loan him out?
I don't mind loaning him out, but they loan him out to such weird places. That's what baffles me.
Tondela was a good one because, like, fair enough, they got relegated, but it's like you're getting.
Tondela was an okay loan. Like that made sense.
And it's like from relegation to I think Hoffenheim were in, like the conference last year, maybe Europa. It's just like he's obviously not going to get minutes, but
I think it's better to sell him. To be honest with you.
Yeah, but who wants him now? That's the problem.
I'm sure someone in Saudi will pay him.
Someone in Saudi, you might get some.
When in doubt, Saudi Arabia.
You might get some weird MLS team that wants to make.
We should honestly, we should try and move a few players in, and 100%. Dan, one of them, hopefully.
I wouldn't be surprised if Edwards moved out there because I know that was the rumor beforehand.
For a couple of weeks that was out there. Yeah.
I think he probably is going to return to England. I'd assume, but that was the rumor. But other than that,
I can't see him do that.
Gyökeres, I don't know if you mentioned it, Danny, but one of the moments I loved is when he shoulder barged that I think it was Montero into the subs bench.
Man, he bodied that kid, that poor guy.
That made me laugh so hard. It was so unnecessary, but I just
fucking murdered that guy. I'm like, man, is that dude okay?
He didn't even get a yellow. I thought he was 100%.
I thought he was getting a yellow.
But other than that, the good win against 12 men. I don't usually like to say like the refs are never in our favor. I just like to say the refs are bad in general. It felt like even the Marcus Edwards yellow card where he literally just jumped over the tackle and accidentally landed on the guy, barely made contact and getting a yellow for that. It just felt like he was out to get us. But other than that,
the way the yellows are flying this game were ridiculous for us.
Yeah.
It took him ages to give an Arouca player a yellow card. It's just crazy. The next bit is, have I actually got it on screen? That is the question. No, I don't. Let me get up the Atalanta game on screen if I can find it.
Well, we didn't play the first half, so we can skip over any analysis there might have been there. Fucking god awful.
Nah, man, I need to talk about the first half, man.
I was gonna say, do you want to talk about the first half?
Let's talk about the first half.
Before I give it to you, let me read out the lineups quickly. So you got Adan in goal, Diamonde, Ignacio, Mateus Reis, Nuno Santos, Hjulmand, Morita, Fresneda, Paulinho, Pedro Gonçalves, Gyökeres, off the bench, Coates, Jenny Katamo, Edwards, Coates Gaio, and Bragança. G, take it away, man.
Right, I'm going to speak about the whole game, because that game is actually fucking infuriating me, right? First of all, Ignacio, he was actually incredible, so good. I thought he might struggle today because I thought I don't know, I thought he struggled. But also, I feel bad for Fresneda, by the way. He came on, in an important game, in a tough game, and I thought it's so stupid starting him in this game. One, he's not even match fit. He didn't even get games against minutes against Ferenc. Why the fuck did he come on? I thought I'm not a fan of this guy, but he probably deserves to start. And then Paulinho, he can't play European games. He's too slow on the ball. He's just too slow in general.
You're standard UEFA man like that.
No, I'm sorry. Listen, I know he scored goals. Listen, let me land, right? I know he scored goals against Besiktas, Dortmund, all of that. I understand. Cool. but his overall play, he's just so slow. Yeah, just let him play Portuguese games. Yeah, that's his level. Yeah, but I need to speak to that top performance, hands down. Yeah, one of the worst performances I've seen from a player at Sporting. Yeah, that performance was horrendous.
I will agree.
I was bad.
You know what? Yeah, the guy. Yeah, he gave up towards the end. Yeah, do you remember? I remember it was like
The free
80th
kick.
minute. Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah.
We got a free kick here next to the corner. And man, we've got some tall guys in there. Guachi, Nasio, the old man, Yokere. They can win headers, innit? And man, he took the fucking shot. You know what?
He goes for goal. Like,
after that, you know what? Yeah, I laughed, and I just turned off my PC. I went to bed. Yeah, I didn't believe that happened. I didn't believe that happened. Yeah, that hands down was the worst performance. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm still even I can't believe it.
That's not even. This isn't even accounting for the fact that he just threw a guy on the ground.
And that foul was also for me, man. He gave up towards the end, man.
Yeah.
How we got a 5.1 rating is generous. Honestly, it's fucking generous.
Also one of the dumbest yellow cards too. Just doesn't get a foul, whines, and then fuck you.
Honestly,
Picks the
if
guy
I was a
down.
ref, I would have felt so bad. I would just send him off. Honestly, I would have sent him off. That performance was so bad. I would have sent him off. Honestly, I feel bad for him.
So not for violent conduct, just because he was shit. Just
because you know what? Yeah, let's just
Sick it off.
save him. Let's just save him from the embarrassment and just send him off. Just send him off. But the second half was a lot better though. Like Edwards comes on a lot better, man. That he looked so good when he came on, man. Really, really good. And Jenny as well. Jenny was really unlucky to not score in the post, but
I almost launched my laptop across the room.
Second half, man, we was really, really good. Like we played a lot better. Like we actually finally started playing second half. It was really good, and but yeah, man, I just away we're gonna get battered away if we start believing. Sorry, but hopefully, just second game we just get at least a draw. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind going conference though. I'm just saying.
My guy, I'm with them.
We win it. I'm down. We win it.
One of these days, one of these years, we will.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, we could win it, man. Imagine that Sporting against some Slovenian second team, man. We're better than them. You know what I mean? So,
nah, bro. Last year it was West Ham Fiorentina, bro. Put more respect on the fucking Conference League, bro.
I'm not putting it.
Year before was Roma. Roma won. Like, come on.
Exactly. Roma, Feyenoord, bro. Those are good teams, man.
We'd go on them. We actually better them, but unless Pot start. But, yeah, man. But you know what? Yeah, I had a massive agenda on him. When he first came. But people would say, "Oh, he won us the league, or whatever." But I don't care what he's done. He got on the pitch. He just, you know what? It's a story for another day, right? But yeah, man. Overall, it was a good game. Second half, man. I was really happy with the second half. I genuinely think, yeah, if Jenny scored that 2-2, I think we would have had all that motivation to get that third, and we would have won. But you know, if my nan was whatever the saying is, but yeah,
my grandmother had wheels. She'd a bit of bike.
Whatever the saying is, man, but it's a shame though. It's honestly a shame because I genuinely think that second half we could have won it. I really, really do, man. Really, really do. But
yeah, fair enough. Next, I do think Atalanta have a very good team. The back three was just like it was so difficult to get through them in the first half. Second half was a different story, obviously, but they were so good defensively that it was difficult for Gyökeres or even Pedro Gonçalves or Paulinho. I'm not excusing both their performances because they were both very poor, but it was very difficult to get through. I agree with what you said about Pedro Gonçalves. Just sometimes it feels like people hated. Well, I don't want to say hated. People got on Bruno Fernandes's case a lot towards the end of his sporting career because he was sort of doing the hero ball, like shooting from miles out.
Bruno was playing with fucking Miguel Luis and like Eduardo Henrique.
Yeah, so
and Bruno had performances
team
to back it up
him
as well. Pedro Gonçalves, what you were saying about like having the agenda, I was one of them guys that were like, "Come on, G, give him time." For the last 2 seasons, Pedro Gonçalves has not been good. Now, I think that is fair to say he's not been good. He's had flashes of good performances. Obviously, against Arsenal is the one that's like, okay, fair enough. Like, obviously, great goal, good performance. But apart from that, I can't pinpoint a performance where I was like, wow, Pedro Gonçalves was fantastic last season.
So I'm saying, like, he puts up numbers and he can score, and that's what he's really good at, man. He's really good at just scoring, like, just amazing, right? But the thing is, yeah, honestly, yeah, right now, I think, yeah, name me a good pod performance where he hasn't scored, but he was so good. You can't think of one, man, because his overall game is awful.
A lot of people
honestly.
said against the Rocker that he was good, but personally, I didn't see it. I thought
I
he was.
wasn't overly fussed with them. In that
Nah, I
game.
wasn't. But it's an average pot performance anyway. So
Fair enough.
He's
but
he's the ultimate guy who like just scores in bunches too, right? Like he's such a streaky player.
he's
yeah,
a really he's great at getting the right place and stuff and scoring, but his overall game, man. Listen, I like him. Don't get me wrong. Like he was a title and stuff. Like I like him. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know, man. I think his overall play is just not really all that. But
and it makes me laugh when people say like, "Oh, they didn't call up Pedro Gonzalez to the national team." It's like, yeah, have you seen him play?
Have you
Like,
seen him play the last 2 months?
Bruma for Braga has been killing it over there, and he didn't even.
Bruma
get
got disrespected this call up. I'll just say
He
that.
does like his like when it's on, like his finishing, like pot passing it in the net. Like it looks great when it goes in, but it usually doesn't. And he's just like, it's just like a weak shot almost, like sometimes I just want to see him put his fucking foot through the ball, and he really doesn't that much.
Yeah.
I hope we catch in on him, I'll be honest with you.
I think our chance to cash in was like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
I still think he holds some value, especially.
Yeah.
He holds value.
He holds
What, like
value,
30 million?
I think
reckon
the time to
I-
cash in would have been like immediately after that season,
And I think we've bought what?
Oh, we only had
90%
50% of his pass at that time.
and that was the issue. We had
Yeah.
like none of his pass.
I reckon this season will be his last season where we've got like his highest value possible, I think.
Yeah. I guess it depends if he goes to the Euros as well. But at this moment, I don't think he's gonna.
I don't
Nah, he
know.
won't.
There's too many guys in the wing, I think, ahead of him right now.
If he goes to the Euros, they better call me up as well. Then.
26-man roster. He went to the Euros the last time and didn't get a fucking. He got like.
I know
no
what you
game
mean,
time.
but because it genuinely feels like everyone is tearing their ACL in football. I've seen so many injuries, like Timber, for example, in Arsenal, tore his ACL.
Oh.
Day one. Sorry to the.
But
no,
has an injury. It's not ACL,
Yeah.
but he's out for like a long time.
Yeah.
There's so many players, even like Marcano for Porto tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Like they're just happening. So unless a few injuries pop up, which old man
No, it's
Ronaldo is
possible.
39 at the time of the Euros. Maybe he's one to get injured, but I don't know. But in this game, I want to put a note on Fresneda. And I got in trouble with sporting fans saying he's a fraud. I didn't mean it like he's always going to be shit. I was just saying that he was shit that game.
He got cooked.
He got cooked. And the excuse for saying like, oh, he's young, like he got thrown into the first game. He backheeled it in our own box. Not even like the own half, but like the goalkeeper's box. Backheeled it straight to, I think it was Group Miners. And I was just like, no experience or no game time will stop you from doing it. That's just
I feel it was harsh, and I'm not backing him because I actually like him. I just feel like it's harsh, man.
If Coates did that back heel in that box,
you would have lost your fucking mind. Don't lie.
Coates is 32 and Fraser is younger than me. All right, so allow him. All right.
Nah, but for me, you're good enough at any age. I think
no, man. It's tough going into the game.
Pause.
Listen, it's tough going into a game like that, man. Like that game, man. It was just too tough for him, man. No minutes. He's lacking match sharpness. The pressure was getting to him because the fans were on our backs. Man. Listen, like I love slating players. I love hating, but I can't hate him.
Number one hater.
Because a certified hater.
I feel bad, man. Honestly, I actually feel bad for him. I really did feel bad for him. I actually think I did.
No, I feel bad for him as well, but you can't deny it wasn't. He was he
was poor, but he was poor.
Got cooked.
He'll still be the best fullback in the world in a few years. You've heard it first. Screen record it.
Oh Jesus, we're gonna get clipped up for that.
Don't worry, man. Honestly.
Don't worry, I'm moderately concerned.
I'm with you, brother.
Give this kid, give him some minutes, man. I promise you, he's going to become so good. I'm so sure.
The last two things in this game I want to say is how the hell did Mateus Reis get 6.2? He was awful. He was so bad.
Shit.
He cannot cross the ball, and he played at left back for a bit of this game. He just cannot.
I saw a hot take on Twitter's. I forget which group chat it was in, someone shared tweets like Mateus Rice actually crossed the ball better than like Nuno Sanch and like somebody
Oh
else.
Yeah.
my
That's-
god!
I'm like, that
Sorry.
is a freezing cold.
I'm
take.
not even being like exaggeration, but I don't think I've ever seen him complete a cross.
No.
I genuinely can't remember the last
Not
time.
this
I was like,
season.
Mateus Rice actually
Yeah.
I'll be
completed a
honest with
cross.
you, all three are horrible at crossing. I'll be honest with you. Nuno just kicks and hopes.
Nuno Santos is one-footed, and that's the issue with Nuno
He has
Santos.
no, yeah, he
Mateus
has
Rice
no
is
right
just-
foot. That's the problem.
Speaking about that, by the way, Gyökeres could have got an assist against Arouca last game. Do you remember when he went past the two players and he passed them to Nun and he
Yeah.
just took in his left foot? Oh my! I was screaming.
It took ages to shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, he's really that's his problem, man. He's a really one foot.
Can I
Yeah,
also add, Sam? That's what you get for picking Mateus Rice to score. Sam
Man.
puts in our group chat. I'm like, man, Mateus Rice has been shit. He goes, yeah, watch his banger. He's about to score. I'm like, man, my stream must be hella behind.
He
Doing
did have a shot on goal. I remember
He did.
because I
He had
felt
one.
like
He
that
did
was
have
it.
one about 10 minutes after that message that led that he forced a save. But when you texted that, I was like, he's playing. I was like, man, my stream must be behind because he's playing like shit.
Nah, he was awful. And who else was I going to say? I give Jenny a lot of slack, but he came on and he was very good. He
Changed the game.
changed the game. But I think he's going to be one of those players that is always going to be better off the bench than on it. And I feel sort of the same for Braganza as well. Braganza, I think, is a good player, but whenever I've seen Braganza start, I've never been overly convinced. But Braganza is someone, if you're, for example, in the tight winning season, we were 0-0 or 1-1. It was like, okay, bring Braganza on. We need creativity, and he can provide that. I feel it's going to be the same for Jenny. But just for the love of God, don't play him at left back or right back. Just play him on the wing. Play him in his natural.
This game he did though. This game,
exactly.
and he was good. Yeah.
And then they
I'm
play him
actually
on
glad
the
this game
wing
is,
back.
man.
They
I'm
play him
really
on the
glad
wing
this
back,
game is.
and he's just, oh man, he just cannot defend. It's not his fault because he's just naturally a winger. Like Nuno Santos, sort of, he's still not a great defender, but he's sort of learned a bit.
He figured it out a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad game is though. We need someone like him off the bench, man. And he's like that perfect guy, like someone that can just come on. He's quick, can take a man on. That's what we need, and I'm glad we got him, man. He's actually a good player. I really like him.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say is I'll give Quartas his flowers. As soon as he came on, different team.
Yeah.
So
I was just
good
about to say that.
defensively,
Yeah.
very calm. You can hate all you want to, but you can't deny from the second half we were much better. And he was one of the players to come on.
Nah,
Edwards doesn't defend.
Yeah,
I'm talking
no,
about
for sure.
defensive.
Nah, man.
Edwards is
That-
also
you
very
know
good.
what?
but, yeah.
In games like that is when we need Edwards, man. He's just so good on the ball, man. Like, just so quick and like sharp on the ball. That's what we need, man. I
But
feel
the
like
thing
we're
that
too
annoys
slow.
me about this game is that if Quartas is fit to play 45 minutes, then start him for the first 45.
Start him and see.
There was no leadership because Inacio is still 22, Diamonde is 19, 20, Mateus Reis is 20, 26, 27, but he's not a leader. Dan is your captain. That's when you worry.
The thing is, yeah, Inacio
My
stepped
timbers
up.
were shivered.
Yeah,
Inacio stepped up, man.
yeah, Inacio was very
Well,
good.
Yeah.
So
he had a
good,
game.
so good. So honestly, I'm so glad he's doing well, man. He's a lot better this season than last season. Like, he's turned it around.
Oh yeah, another thing I got accused of on Twitter was not being English or pretending to be English because I tweeted about that Antonio Silva cupping his ear when they scored against Estoril. People were like, oh, a Portuguese person trying to be English, faking English. I'm like, really? Okay. But
I can't blame him. I can't blame him.
Whatever, man. Danny, you can take it up next. What are your thoughts on this game?
Nah, bro. I'm gonna give Quatch his flowers too because I feel like he gets slandered way too much. Not only just on this podcast from that bozo right in front of me with zero
Right
ball
above,
knowledge,
yeah.
but
All right, man. You know what? Get right in your fucking Gyökeres letter, man, and then come talk to people about.
facts. I will. No, I feel like when he came in, he also helped. Edwards definitely changed the game. Edwards and Jenny, because moving forward, we actually could do something more moving forward. We can actually put a few passes together. Whereas in the first half, I felt like we couldn't. The front three in the first half, they like tucked in, and then the only chance we ever had was like on the counter, and we needed to wish that we got our passes together, which we didn't. First half was actually one of the worst first halves I've seen. Actually, it's the worst first half of Sporting this season. And if I'm Benfica, if I'm Porto, I'm watching that first half because there's a clear way on stopping Sporting from building from the back. But anyway, second half was better. I don't know about you guys. I feel like the penalty was kind of kind of BS.
I thought it was.
I feel bad for them.
I didn't
I was
think
a little
it
surprised they called it. I didn't think it was a
Like,
penalty.
I was
the
watching
ball
with my
was-
brother and dad, and they were like, "Oh, Stonewall," and I was looking. I was like, "Is
No,
it?"
it's
Like,
not.
To me, it was just a reaction,
Yeah.
and like it's
I
not
can't
that
remember it,
far
I don't
away
think.
from his body. It
No,
was a handball.
it was-
I thought it
The
was
ball's
soft.
being skied.
I didn't
think it
even
was by
protest
Diamante.
it in real
He's kind of
time.
like this.
No.
Yeah, so did I.
No, nobody.
I was
protested,
very
yeah.
confused. I put in the chat. I'm like, they're reviewing something. I'm like, are they reviewing a pen? And I'm like, they're giving
It
the
was a
pen.
clear pen. It was a clear.
Yeah, I don't know if the shot is off target for sure.
Yeah.
Fair, but it didn't. I didn't think it was. And the ball didn't take that much of a deflection from hitting the
Yeah, I guess the problem is that his arm's actually
It's
not.
not in a good spot.
No,
That's
yeah,
what
he's like
it
this,
is.
but he's turning his body. I feel bad for the guy. It's not like it's like super out.
It's
But,
not Luis
Flip it.
Suarez 2010 World Cup.
Whatever, we'll take it here. I don't give a after last week. I don't give a fuck. Give me those penalties.
Are we playing them next in Europa again?
Yeah, we are. No.
No,
Sorry,
we're
we're going to
playing
Poland,
Krakow.
or we're receiving the
Go to
Polish
Poland. Jeez.
Oh, thank God! That should be a 5-0 win.
team. We'll see.
Oh, we've lost now.
away in
Um,
Poland in the cold, man. I don't know.
Oh,
Let's
it's
just hope-
chilly in those ends.
Let's hope we
These
take
games
the
scare me, man.
walk to Poland. Clip me up. Put me on TikTok, boys. What the fuck?
Bro,
But
a
like I
glass
was saying,
broke behind
Quatch
me.
came
I
in.
don't know what happened, man.
Clutch came in, solidified the back line. I felt we didn't have any threats going forward after that. They play ball though; they're really good. And I'm just I mean, I try not to attack Amorim too much on here. I can't really defend Pot as much as I want to with you guys, but I personally think I'm not saying he doesn't deserve some games on the bench. This one definitely. I think we still could have had Paulinho starting, and if we had Edwards, it might be a little different. I'm with you guys there. I still think Pot's our best player. I'm not gonna lie. There's no doubting it. But you also don't rate Quatch, so don't chat to me right now, bro.
Hold on. Are you telling me he's our best player in the team?
Yeah. Who's better than
my-
him? Maybe Gyökeres. You can make the case of Gyökeres, but
The Swedish striker.
okay, fair.
Miles down.
Second to Gyökeres, I think it's Pot. Like in terms of natural ability, in terms of changing a game, I think it's Pot. I mean, without Pot, we technically don't beat Arouca. That goal was the Murita's goal was really perfect from Pot. Beats 3 defenders, crosses in the box. Ferenc, we don't beat Ferenc without Pot's goals and assist. But anyways, in this game he was shit. He was poor in this game. I'm not gonna try to defend him this game. If we had Edwards from the start, other than Pot, definitely I think maybe it's a different game. Who knows? But the whole team was shit. Another thing we need to talk about in this game, Diomande wasn't the greatest either. Personally,
No, he was not good.
Mateusz
About
Reis
that,
as well.
I didn't speak about that yet. Someone apparently said he gets under pressure of all the whistles. Man,
That was-
you
that
know
was
how
Ruben
much that
Amorim.
scared me. You know how
Ruben
much that
Amorim,
scared
yeah.
me. If
Yeah.
you can't handle a few whistles, you're not built for the sport, bro. I'll be honest with you, man. No
They're
offense.
not built for the game.
I wanted
He's
to
young.
ask the opinion about that because on Twitter people were saying like you shouldn't boo the team, blah blah blah, support them. But it was like they were playing shit.
If they're playing shit, they need to know.
They were getting
sorry.
booed for a reason. And
Like,
the only
yeah,
thing
but-
it goes back to is when we lost to Ajax 5-0 and they all cheered them, and then nothing really changed. Like I know we
Yeah.
did make it to the Champions League group, but it's like okay,
I
we
feel-
forgive it for that season because obviously we won the league the season before. But I'm not cheering them when they got 2-0
No,
down.
if they're
and getting
playing like
dominated at
crap,
home.
I'm not cheering the team.
I think
Yeah.
we need to boo them after the game. I think the problem is booing them during the game. It doesn't really
Yeah,
help.
we have a
Unless
we have
we're
a
getting
tendency of-
slapped like 5-0.
I think
Yeah.
I know it was only 2, but we
But
were
even
getting
then.
slapped. We were getting
I
dominated.
think if they had scored a
We were,
third
we
one, I
were.
would have been okay with the boo birds.
I
then.
feel as like I'm all for booing. I'm honest with you. Because if not, it gives the team that. Now listen, I'm not even trolling you. It gives the team that sense of like, oh, it's all right, the fans don't care. Like it's almost like, all right, fucking boo them, all right, they're shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm all for booing.
I don't think it makes much of a difference.
I'm all
Yeah,
for
but
Whether
booing.
you boo them or
I'll
not
say
and they're
it.
losing, I don't think
It worked. I think the
I
booze
think-
worked.
We
Nah.
still
I'm all
lost.
I'm all for booing the team and whistling the team. Just don't storm
After.
the academy. that's where I draw the line. Is storming the
I feel
academy.
as like it shows them like we want standards in it. Like it shows them like, oh, like it's clearly not good enough. You know what I mean? It makes them wake up a little bit.
Yes and no, but at the same time, when we're behind our team in the Arouca game, it obviously gives us a bit more energy. I feel like booing them we almost came back to this game. I feel like booing them just gives them more, especially these players. Booing maybe a different team. I think different teams is different. Like maybe booing a Porto team wakes Porto up. Booing Sporting, I feel like it just makes them crawl back more into their shell, especially this Sporting group.
I think that's a massive problem with us. It's that mentally
100%.
we're so weak. We're so weak, man. Honestly, like so weak as a team. It's actually insane. To be fair, it does stem from the manager. I don't feel as like he's particularly like hard on them. I don't think. I'm wouldn't, but I don't know.
Yeah,
He's definitely not hard on a
more
down.
just 30 years of mediocrity and fans have zero patience as well. I think that's part of it. We're not a very patient fan base.
I don't know, man.
I disagree.
But they deserve to get booed. They deserve to get booed that game.
But yeah, that deal man thing, man, that scared me, man. If he can't handle a few boos, then imagine he gets a big move like an Arsenal or whatever. Like,
yeah, but you have to also realize he came from Mafra last season. Like he's not used to it. And Michelin before this. He's not used to this level of attention.
I totally understand,
so I get what he's saying.
Mafra, like the one person he heard scream was probably someone's nan or something. But now he's got 50 more thousand people shouting. Man, I just feel like, honestly, I love him. He's my favorite player, or my second favorite player right now, Sporting, man. But that comment really scared me, man. Because like, imagine Benfica at home or away when booing the other team, and he gets all affected.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started. He might score an own goal, and I might kill myself. Oh my God, honestly. Oh, but nah, man, it was a tough game against Atalanta.
And they're a good team, man. They're up there, and I think they're in 5th right now in Italy. Italy's not no joke, right? So I'm with you guys in terms of Fresneda. I don't understand what Amorim's thinking is in terms of not giving him any minutes against these Portuguese teams, but then giving him the start against Atalanta. But hey, maybe he was amazing in training. We're always talking about the training.
We're talking about those training gods,
you know. Who knows?
This whole Mourinho training thing is so stupid.
But it's not just that Mourinho; it's everybody. Like at most coaches, you know, Mourinho was like that. But the only other thing that's scaring me also, and we talked about him because he's very one-footed. It's starting to look like Nuno Santos is losing a step or two. He's definitely not taking man's on anymore. So that's
I wonder if moving to the Slim Shady look might have had something to do with it.
And let's also talk about that. Does that really help the ball spot?
Thank you for that segue.
Does that help the ball spot?
I'm so good.
It doesn't help the ball spot.
Yeah, it did.
What are you doing, bro?
It helped the ball spot.
It
helped the ball spot.
Yeah.
I guess you can't see it, but he also just looks bald. Also,
no, he looked less bald, honestly.
Somehow it looked not as bad.
I think that he must have got some sort of treatment as well, some sort of hair treatment. Because, like, you know how, like, LeBron's bald and then he has hair? Or, like, Chris Paul, he was bald at media day and then he had a hair. Like
Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, it's like he had some sort of temporary hair, or I'm not exactly sure the specifics of the procedure, but, like, something happened.
Spray paint.
I'm actually really sad at his downfall, man. I was his biggest fan, honestly. I was loving him.
You loved Nuno Santos. I know.
His old hair was
still great, though.
His old hair was fucked. The comb over was fucked.
Bro, he had that fucking cul-de-sac in the back.
The comb over was fucked. It was time to try something else.
I remember I got his number and name at the back of the title winning. I think it was a away kit, the black one with
the claw mark.
Yeah. I got his name there. I'm his biggest fan, man. But this guy had a downfall, man. I can't even rate him no more. So I can't anymore, man.
Is that a tough season?
I think maybe it's time we actually invest in a real left wing, not a makeshift left back / left winger. Fuck.
Invest in another winger and throw him back there.
Nah, man.
That's what's gonna happen.
Just promote Alfonso Moreira and put him back there.
Yeah.
Get Lilu, man. In January, get Lilu and get Luis Junior, man. And I think you heard it here first. I think we can win the league if we do that. And bench pot as well. Don't forget about that. That's a key issue.
So now you've made 3 things that definitely isn't going to happen.
That's not happening.
3 things. Wait. What was the other 2 that I said?
We're not going to get a goalkeeper.
No,
not the league part. But we're not going to get a goalkeeper. We're not getting Hello. And Pedro Gonzalez is never getting benched.
Nah. Nah, realistically, we're not going to get a keeper. We're not. Adan's going to retire.
Adan's going to resign next season.
He's
God
got
help
100%.
him.
Yeah.
He might.
Honestly,
help
I
him.
can see Adan staying for another 2 years. Honestly, 100%. I really, really can. Unless Amorim gets sacked and we get a manager with a functioning brain, then you know what? He might not play anymore.
He needs to play like a Paulo
Andrew's
Lopez
good shot.
just role, where he's just like the third string goalkeeper for like the next 10 years. Never sees
I don't-
the pitch.
He's
I'm
gotta
not
be the
opposed to
Scott
him staying
Carson.
2 years if he's backup.
Yeah, or the third.
Oh yeah.
He's
Actually,
an
no,
expensive third. He's an expensive
Honestly,
third.
Expensive for a third choice.
Contract
bro.
needs to be reworked.
Nah,
Low-key, he
don't,
might be an expensive second now that I think of it. But
don't keep him anyway, man, because he might give his bozo gene to another keeper, man. Just let him go back to Saudi. No, go to Saudi or go back to Spain. Just get him away, please.
Andrew is better at Julie Cent, to be fair. Andrew's another good shout. One of the
Yeah, Andrew's a good shot.
one of the other two.
What-
One of the
Or,
two combined.
Or that I don't. Honestly, yeah, Rich is right.
I think the Arouca one. To be honest, I think the most complete project, like at this moment,
older,
is
yeah.
probably the Arouca one.
Yeah.
Luis
Yeah,
Jr.
Chris
or
Paul.
Andrews, they would still have to develop a little bit. But they're good enough to start right
They're
now.
ready,
I'll tell you
yeah.
that much.
Nah, I think Andrew's ready to start, man. He hasn't he been a starter at Juve for the past 2 years or 3 years, I swear.
He was,
Two.
yeah, the thing is
Maybe
with
two.
Andrew, he was linked to PSG for like a big sum of money, from what I can remember. Like money we don't have.
Money, yeah, I was gonna say we don't have.
I don't
any
know,
money.
bro. We're rich now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
We have our
PSG.
third choice right back cost us $9 million, brother.
That's
Third
true.
choice, baby.
True.
Man, just do the classic Varane special, man. 5 mil and 75% of his future clauses to usual.
75%.
Nice.
We're gonna be lucky if we get 50% of it.
Come on, man. Just give him everything. Oh, man. But I think the keeper's the next big, like, issue we need to sort out. I really, really do, man. I'm not even trolling anymore. Like, genuinely, we need a...
We say it every week that's
Yeah.
the position they need to.
Well, we've been saying
start
it for every week
correcting.
for the last year.
Well, we
and a
don't
half.
have to say striker anymore because
No, we
Yeah,
can
that's
put
all
that,
valid.
that one
Unless-
to bed.
until
Unless
next
you're
summer.
When Joe
When
Carey
you
gets
leave.
When he's sold for $100 million. Yep.
I'll be honest, though, like,
Yep.
I can actually see him leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah, he got
He's
too
sure.
fucking good. He got too good too quick.
For sure. He's
Yeah.
gone.
He's
We'll
that,
be lucky
man.
to keep him in January because
That's
feel
what
like
I was about
Chelsea
to
are gonna
say.
throw some money at him.
Nah.
Don't forget
no,
Enzo,
no,
bro.
No way.
Don't
Nah,
forget
no way,
Enzo.
no
It
way.
can happen.
If like
No way.
Aston Villa comes with stupid
No,
money
no.
or something,
Bro,
You think they're
Forget-
saying no?
Nah.
Like
Have
80
you
million?
seen Chelsea? They'll throw money on
Oh,
everything,
no.
brother. They need a striker.
Sugar
Your
Daddy
Chris-
Todd will just throw money at a problem.
Right,
and hope it
listen,
And
goes
Yeah.
he's been wanting to buy us too. Not just
Well,
not just a
buy-
player.
you
He wants to buy
one
the
of
whole
us.
club, bro.
Full
True.
thing here, yeah. I'm telling you right now, he's staying in January. At
I think
least.
so too,
At
but
least.
don't doubt it.
They
100%.
can.
Nah. I feel was like, nah, man, because he really wanted to come, man. I can't see it. You see, I know.
but the
Enzo
other
seems
clubs
happy
that were
as well.
involved were not like the caliber of the clubs
Yeah,
that
I
will
know,
definitely be linked
man.
to him now.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel was like, nah.
I
he's
think the
staying,
biggest
man.
other club that he was like 7
I know,
was
like-
like West Ham or something, and that was it.
I know we can't.
yeah, it was like
Too
mostly
much.
like lower half of the Prem table.
I know
It
we
was all
can't
lower
judge
to
too much,
mid-table
but
sides. Yeah.
Gyökeres
Yeah.
genuinely seems happy at Sport. You know, like you can just see, like, he genuinely. Obviously, you can't judge that too much, but he genuinely seems quite happy.
Nah, for sure.
Bro, I remember there was a
He
time
has a
where
Portuguese
William and Rui
team, for
Patricio
sure.
looked happy at Sporting, but you know,
Life comes at
I'm
you
just
fast.
saying.
I remember,
Everyone
like,
yeah.
you
seemed
know what?
happy to be back until a month.
I've still got a few more bookmarks on my Twitter that I'm slowly working down, right? And so I've got a few Sporting fans saying that you remember that I think it was Japanese player, that Ueda guy was
Oh,
better
yeah.
than Gyökeres. I laughed, man. Honestly, I'm still laughing at them tweets now. That was crazy.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
that kid that plays in Belgium.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
that's
that.
why
People,
I never wanted him.
People-
now, doesn't it?
people were like, "Oh, forget Gyökeres, he's too expensive. Just get him." And I was like, "Shut up, man! Like,
Yeah.
shut up, shut
Yeah.
up." Man.
Let's quickly get to the end of this game because we are an hour through.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah,
just quickly
go
say,
on.
I never doubted Gyökeres. Never.
Okay.
All right, man.
Proud of the boy.
One
Never believed in
stat.
them.
One stat. Apology. Land on Twitter. I'm
Never
retweeting
doubted him,
and
brother.
I'm laughing at you as well, man.
I always said Paulinho was better than Gyökeres. I mean, was worse than Gyökeres, bro. I always said Gyökeres was the man, bro.
Richard, do you wanna go next?
Yeah, sure. This was just a dog shit first half. Like, just I almost turned off the game. that it was that bad of a first half. Second half, they came out a lot better. I think we've kind of dissected the penalty ad nauseum. I thought it was kind of harsh to give him a penalty. I wouldn't have given it, but they gave it. And then almost immediately after the penalty, we hit the post. I was like, shit. So that would have been great. It was a much better second half. I thought when Kawach came in, they looked better defensively, just more well organized. Sucks because I think now we're tied on 3 points with Sturm and Atalanta now. So a lot to play for in the next match day because we could go back top potentially, depending on the Atalanta Sturm Graz game. Not a whole lot to add. Fresneda got fucking cooked this game. He got absolutely torched. I did not understand throwing him to the walls the way he did. Hullman did not look great. Nuno Sanch was kind of shit. Pot wasn't great. I thought Edwards coming in was a big difference maker. Jenny was really good when he came on, actually. He didn't look like the headless chicken we talked about last week. He actually looked kind of like well organized, didn't really give the ball away too much. I was really hoping for Paulinho to do something, the UEFA man, and he kind of laid a bit of a wet fart of a game. Yeah, there's not much else to add. They deserve a draw, I think. I won't go so far as to say they deserve to win. They deserve a draw after the way they played in the second half. They were lucky they weren't down by more going into the second half, though. They could have been down by a few goals. So
that looked
but like we said, if they drop down to Conference League, I am a Conference League aficionado. I am all about that life.
Let's not panic, though. Let's not.
Hold
on, guys.
Right? The other two teams in our group, I don't know.
Atalanta's also a really good team.
Second in Europa League faces third in Champions League.
And knowing our luck, we'll get Sevilla.
We'll beat them, man.
We'll beat Europa League Sevilla. Are you fucking mad?
I reckon we just drop down to conference, man.
No, I don't. I think
we could do a repeat of 2020. Just go out of European competition immediately. Just have one game a week.
Instantly, at first go.
It's too late for that now.
Realistically, they got 4 games left. They've got like Atlanta away, which is going to be probably the hardest one. They have they still have to play Raquel home and away, and they have Sturm Graz. They'll have at home anyways. So they all winnable outside. I think Atlanta game they'll be lucky to get a draw, but all winnable games outside of that.
I can see Atalanta dropping points to the other two as well. I can see them tying in Austria.
It's not a walkover group.
No, exactly.
Realistically, though, we'll get second. Realistically, unless we beat
that means coming against the Champions League team, and it could be Sevilla, it could be someone who's.
That's what I'm saying, man.
United.
Would you guys rather that or go to conference? Man, I'm going to conference, man.
If we're getting Sevilla, we might as well just call it a wrap. Europa League Sevilla is like fucking Thanos.
To be fair, though, they are like the worst team in Spain right now. To be fair, so.
I mean, I would love a Europa League run.
They were also the worst
team
in Spain.
I would love one game a week. I don't want to be traveling to Slovenia and then playing on the Monday. I don't want that. I just want one game a week.
Nah, man, not one game a week because I want to.
I would sacrifice it for a league title. But anyway.
I can't go. I can't go watching Gyökeres, without watching too much, man. Gotta watch him more.
Fair enough.
I if we drop down to Conference League, like it would be the end of the world, but it's still really early for us to get too negative. Like it's one game. Outside of like they played well in one half and dog shit the first half, and it bit them in the ass. In fact, they played bad, so it is what it is. But
yeah, fair enough. Chris, what were your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have that much else to add other than it's just kind of like a throwback to the good old days of like us playing in Europe and just like one good half, one bad half. Feels like we left something out there. Maybe could have got a result. Lose by a goal. I've seen it a million times, So I guess I was kind of used to like more consistent European performances, I suppose. But, it's a good team. They played us off the pitch for like 35 minutes in the first half. They got their goals. I mean, there's not really much else to be said other than I hope that we, have a better showing against them in Italy. And I'm not really willing to cede the group to them yet, completely. They're 3 points ahead of us. Obviously, they have a head-to-head advantage now, etc. So they're the favorites, but I'm not convinced that something they can't drop points. They only beat Rakov by 1, despite having like 35 fucking shots. They're not unbeatable. I'll say,
Yeah, most definitely. I will quickly run through the predictions and the fantasy. I'm not going to go into everyone's fantasy teams that we usually do because we still got a lot to cover and we've been
Got
on
AG
for an
stuff to
hour.
cover, which is pretty important.
I'll just say, Richard, man, I know we're level on points, but what's it like down there in 4th, man?
Bro, if Diamante didn't get that red card, I would have leapfrogged you, and you know it. That's what stinks.
Yeah. I had a guy.
That's what really hurt me was the Diamante, and you got hurt because you didn't captain Jokeres, did you?
The last 2 game weeks, because Shavs were awful, like during like the first half of the first start of the season. I was like, anyone who plays Shavs, I'm putting 3 of them in my team, and every time I've done it, there's either been a red card or they've lost. Just not worth it. But yeah, Danny is in first with 488. Chris not far behind on 469. Me and Richard.
It's a tale of 2 battles.
We are miles away.
You two are battling relegation right now, bro.
We're just battling. We're just playing for fun. We're playing for the love of the game.
We're playing for Conference League.
Yeah.
Imagine we went to Conference League and we lost in a run of like 16 or whatever. Imagine that.
It would happen, bro. There's good teams down there, brother.
There's decent teams.
Nah, I'll be honest with you.
There's very few easy. There's very few like
There's
easy
Brighton
European games anymore.
Yeah.
There's
Conference
very few
League
teams.
after the round of 16 is very Europa.
Yeah, because then the Europa League teams drop because they play third place, second. So it's chill. Next up is the league predictions. Again, we'll run through it quickly. Atalanta, I'm pretty sure everyone got 0 points apart from Richard, who got 1 point.
I was the only one. I'm surprised I'm the only one who had a Jokeres goal. I'm baffled by that.
I think we all got hyped from UEFA, man. Paulinho.
I think that there was like maybe he wasn't going to start, right? That's what it was.
Oh, I remember you guys saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost got fair point when I almost got fair points from being the only one who predicted a draw, though. If that Jenny goal came in, if that Jenny shot went in, I would have been like, I'm getting so many points.
Or the Edwards, yeah.
And then for game week 8 against Arouca, we all were level on 2. Everyone put Jokeres. I put Nunes Santos. Fortunately, didn't score. Richard did put Morita, though. So I think, Richard, you actually...
Did I put Morita? Oh, shit. I get an extra point then.
So that actually... Oh, that is the wrong way. 3. So that puts, I believe, Richard in first place on 20.
By 1. I forgot I had Morita. I didn't even pay attention when I updated this.
So
I screwed myself out of a point.
Richard in first, Danny in second, Chris in third, and me all the way down in 4th. But, long season, can always bring it back. But of course, we do have other things to get through. I'll start with some of the Twitter questions that we've got. I'll share my screen so we can all see. The first one is from Lauren, who's in the chat. Is Jokeres the second coming of Christ? The answer is yes. But the next one is how long the unbeaten run will go for. Chris, I'll give it to you. What do you think? We play, obviously, the Taça Portugal game is next, and then I think we play Benfica maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that, I think. So does it go till then? Does it go further than that? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would think it could get to there. Us against Benfica, I feel like the games between the big clubs this year, I mean, it's so unpredictable. The other 2 have been far more inconsistent so far than us. We've had a few off games, obviously. Dodgy refereeing. I mean, it's just impossible to predict, what's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I think that we could have a little unbeaten run going for like another month or so in the league, at least, or in domestic competitions.
Yeah, true. Next one I'll give to you, G. Who have been the best? Been the 3 standout players so far this season?
Quatch pot.
Dan.
Obviously, like Gyökeres, 100%. Second one, Inaci's been really good. I think he's gone a bit under the radar. And maybe third one, Morita. Maybe I reckon. Maybe.
Definitely, yeah.
I'd agree with that. I'd maybe put. I was going to say Human, but he sort of fell off the last game. Last two games, not good.
He's had two or three poor games. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Maybe Marcus Edwards at the moment. I think he's been.
Nah, you know who's fourth? You know who's fourth? There's no disagreement here either. I'm not even joking.
If you say I'm leaving,
Ricardo Isgaio.
I know what's not a bad shot, to be fair.
That's okay.
Yeah. He's Quatch. Fuck you, bitch. No, just kidding. But Ricardo Isgaio, he's an honorable mention in that 3 list.
This guy's been really good. Really, really good.
He's looked good.
Most definitely. Nuno Gabriel, shout out Nuno, asks what everyone's thoughts about the non-approval. We'll get into that, so I'll leave that one for the minute. Decay. I mean, we've already sort of speaking about it already, but Rich, I'll give it to you. How far do you think we can go in Europe, and we'll reach the final at Jamor this time?
Europa League, I think they have the quality to go at least equal to what they did last year, which is the quarterfinals. I don't know if they'll get much farther than that because, like, by that point, there's some killer teams in there. Will we reach the final at Jamor this year for the toss-up? That's an interesting one. We have Olivaje and Mushkavid. We have a great record in recent years against teams not in the first division of the toss-up, so a little cause for concern.
Yeah, hold on.
I think they can probably get.
We forgot about Paulinho. He should definitely be.
He's had some bad games too, though.
Yeah, Paulinho.
He scored 6 goals or 5 goals, something like that.
Yeah.
He should be number 3.
Yeah.
At least.
I think Pot has 3, but that doesn't stop us from killing him. So
yeah.
Well, Paulinho.
Paulinho's a good.
So I'm just saying, like,
Paulinho's had a good start, has a hot start this season.
Sorry, Richard.
I don't think
Paulinho radar went off.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll reach the final Jamor. I think we can at least equal what we did a couple years ago and get to the round of 16, maybe. We might run up against a team that really shit houses us, or we might run up against one of the other kind of bigger to medium boys. I'll say round of 16 for the Tossa would be okay, and then I think we could at least get quarterfinals for Europa League, realistically.
Yeah, fair enough. Next topic I want to talk about is the AG, of course, because a lot of things went on. I'll say the second most controversial one is this one. Gate 7 at Alvalade is now called Cristiano Ronaldo.
Repeat him with the Manuel Fernandes gate. They didn't even wait for the vote to go through before they took the poor guy's name down.
Not even that, but we've now got the academy named after him. We've got the gate named after him. We've got the third kit named after him. When does it end? Like, what's next? Is it the stadium's going to be called? Because I can see that happening.
No way.
I'd rather them sell the naming rights to some company for the stadium. At least
I think they'll try and sell
CR7.
Yeah.
If he's gonna pay for the naming rights to the stadium, fucking, I don't care. Sell it to the highest bidder. I don't give a crap.
The thing is, I think
it's only really fans. We can be a Stadio only fans for all I care. If they're gonna give us a bag, I'll take the bag. Like, I don't give a shit.
I mean, I've already seen us getting fucked there way too many times in my life. So OnlyFans makes
might as well get paid for it.
You know what I mean?
Like,
go on, G,
you know what? It's good marketing. Didn't we sell like 1.4 mil worth of kits or whatever because of a shirt? Like, it's good marketing, but at the same time, it is like really embarrassing.
It is kind of just you're continually twerking for the guy who doesn't.
Especially rival fans, man. They're loving it, man. Like, obviously, Ronaldo fanboys, they loving it, but in a good way. Which is like, you know what? I'm 50-50 for it. I'm obviously not a Ronaldo fanboy, but you know what? It's doing the right things for our club, man. And we're getting we're getting a bit more popular in terms of fans and worldwide. We're making money, man. You know what? It's not the worst thing, man. But I'll be real, though. It is a bit embarrassing. Like, we're giving a kid, a door, and a fucking whatever else to him when he's come back to the stadium like twice. Look, if he deserves a Porta, kit, and an academy, then Gyökeres deserves the whole stadium. Then he deserves that, man. But
I'm just tired of twerking for a guy who barely acknowledges we exist.
I'm 50-50. I
Like-
see the pros, but I see
Yeah.
the pros.
Yeah.
Like,
I can
that's
see
where
it's
I'm
not
at.
good marketing, but for me,
Yeah.
the academy makes sense because obviously one of the best players of all time, if not the best, who
Was
depending on who
produced
you
at that
ask.
academy.
That makes sense, but at least he
I
could come and
also-
be at the unveiling or something. And the kit as well, fair enough. It makes a bit of sense. I don't personally like it, but marketing works out. This one doesn't make sense because he didn't even wear number 7.
Number
before.
7. He's not number
And
7.
I get the
that's
brand is
brilliant.
CR7, but he never was. And I know it's not
I
particularly great number, but Figo was number 7. So like,
the
surely-
academy is a good thing though,
That's
man.
true.
I reckon we can attract more young players there because Ronaldo Academy or whatever, you know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
yeah,
maybe, I
and
don't know.
it makes sense
It
because
makes
that's where he came
sense.
from.
The
I
academy.
don't even.
Yeah.
I don't even think the
that.
name matters all that much. I think.
But the
like,
kit though, the kit
those that
was
know,
really
know.
embarrassing, man. The kit was really embarrassing, honestly. Like really embarrassing. It's a nice kit
Yeah.
though. I might buy it, but
Oh, I'm still
So
gonna
how
buy
embarrassing
it.
was it then?
nah.
I'm
Listen,
gonna
like
buy
I
it.
don't really like him. Like, don't kill me in my Twitter, please. Don't report me or block me or unfollow me, please. But I'm not the biggest fan of him.
I
But
like how you said
I'm
that
look-
like 5 times this episode already, just up before you
Well,
said
no,
it.
because you know what? Ronaldo fanboys are and Messi
Yeah,
fanboys
you know
are
what, yeah?
different breed.
I remember the one time, I tweeted Ronaldo slander. I lost almost 20 followers, so I thought, yeah, fuck that, man. I'm gonna keep quiet. But listen,
Fuck those 20 bots, bro.
Yeah, I know, but still, man, I need to get paid, bro. Anyways, the shirt is actually really nice, though. I actually like the shirt. The shirt is really nice. The
Yeah.
shirt is nice.
It is a nice shirt. It is a nice
Just
shirt.
remove the CR7 thing, and it's even better.
It's just a brand at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not going to be a brand that takes off because people are comparing it to like Jordan,
Yeah,
like
facts,
how
but-
like
No,
Charlotte
Jordan's
wears
different
Jordan.
level,
It's
though.
like,
That's
yeah,
different gravy.
Yeah, but Jordan had to start somewhere, though. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, true. But
Listen,
I think
back
I
to
think
the
it's easier to make a brand in America than it is like in Europe.
Europe.
for
Yeah.
me. But, yeah.
Fair.
If
Maybe
you blow
that's
up in
what we're
America, you're
targeting.
set for life. Like,
But maybe that's what we're
Different
targeting. We're
breed.
also targeting Americans. It could just be that we're just trying to get our international sales up. I'll say what I said again, like previously at the time. I think it's nonetheless, no matter how embarrassing you may think it is, I think it's just better that he's sponsoring Sporting and he's not over at Porto Benfica, because then we'd be fuming. That we
Well,
were
then
the
it'd
first
be
ones to get
even
it.
more embarrassing.
Then
Yeah.
exactly that. So yeah, that's just
I reckon. You know what? I reckon he might invest in the club. You know.
there
think
was
that's
a
what
rumor
they're aiming
last week
for.
that kind of broke that they
Yeah, I think
want him
that's-
to
yeah.
invest when he's done playing.
I reckon he does, man, because I know his mum is a massive sporting fan, bigger than Sam.
and his son.
I reckon. I do
Well,
reckon.
Junior is coming to Sporting, and we're gonna talk about him the same way we talk about Gyökeres, bro. I'm telling
Yo,
you.
I actually just got
I hope.
I just had like a realization. All right, want to know what my realization is? All right, and this
please.
is also a take now as well.
Hmm.
You know how like for example, like Russell Westbrook at Leeds, like really
Ryan
random
Reynolds.
athletes, public figures, actors
Celebrities,
often.
yeah.
They join an ownership group. Kevin Durant did it with
LeBron James at Liverpool.
LeBron
as well.
James,
Yeah, like-
Liverpool. You have the Wrexham boys.
they
like-
get like 4 billionaires together, and then like they bring a couple famous people to like make the so it's like, oh, LeBron is an owner of Liverpool. It like sounds better than like LeBron and 3 billionaires are like bidding, right? So like
yeah.
it's going to be a way for them to sell part of the SAD while maintaining the image that it's like not as bad or
Shady.
damaging or controversial as it would otherwise be. So it's going to be like maybe a Middle Eastern conglomerate headed by Ronaldo, and it's like, oh, Ronaldo's buying a piece of a club when it's like it's just 3
It's like
Saudi
him
dudes,
and like 3
you know?
other dudes.
Or like
I would
American
love it to be
billionaires.
The combination of these two.
So
Oh, gee, God help us. We'll go. Oh,
So
no.
yeah, I
No.
could see that happening, like for sure.
I've not thought about that. That's a
That it does make sense. now
that
you
makes
say
a
it.
lot of sense though.
Yeah,
Like
it does.
that might check out.
I reckon
think-
he buys something, man.
Yeah.
I
I
reckon.
reckon-
Actually, I reckon Chris is actually on the money. It might be Ronaldo and like 4 way richer dudes than Ronaldo,
Mhm.
but he's got like a minority share. But he's like the public.
He's like the face of the ownership group.
of the
Yeah.
ownership. It's
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
the Wrexham boys almost. Like they're faces of the ownership,
Mhm.
right now.
And
It'll be
also,
kind of the same
like,
thing.
and also that we are like getting traction from other clubs, man. Like, look at Todd Bowling, man. He wanted to invest. Like,
Yeah,
but
sure,
Todd-
that's
this is
amazing.
assuming that
No,
Todd
yeah.
Bowley doesn't get in there, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it goes back to your point. Like, surely it's making other people go, "Oh, look, there's a good opportunity there for cheap as well." You know what I mean? Because I'm
Yeah.
sure to buy us, you probably need like €5 anyways to buy us.
No
So
disrespect to any of the
us.
sporting fans in the AG, but if you just put Ronaldo's name like in a random sentence, they'll
It
see Ronaldo's
goes
name like
through.
yes.
It
Vote,
goes
yeah.
through. If we had called
Oh,
the
yeah, no,
Ronaldo, if we had
100%.
called the Ronaldo digital vote, it would have gone through.
I mean,
Richard,
to be
man, you and
honest,
your segues, man. You've got them to
I
a T.
was gonna say, to be
crazy
honest,
reliable,
everything out of AG gets passed.
I'm in your fucking walls.
Even the thing that didn't get passed just didn't get passed by enough. It still got
he's
passed.
crazy,
But yeah, Chris, I know we spoke about it on the last episode, but you can start off with this one. Point two, which is electronic vote. 71% needed 75. Was a shame.
Whoa.
But I
we
think there was some
were
controversy.
obviously on the last pod waffling about if we thought it was going to go through. We really weren't sure.
It was close.
I could have seen it going either way and ended up just not being enough. Certainly disappointing. They said that they were going to shelve it and revisit it. I mean, this is kind of the second attempt at it. They're 0 for 2. I don't know what their plan was for it long term. I don't necessarily know how like it was going to help them more than the current format, you know, which was like a major fear that people had was like, oh, this is just going to consolidate their power even more, which I don't even necessarily think I agree with. But yeah, I guess it's disappointing. Obviously, I get it. There's a high bar, 75% needed to change a statute, right? I feel like that's a reason. That's not a bad rule, and I think it got 72%, so it just missed. And it wasn't just held to the normal standard of 51%, right? Because they had to change its statute to make it allowed.
Yeah, the fact that it's close.
Yeah.
It's really close. So.
And there was 3,000 voters, which is, I guess, a bit more than average, which is like maybe like half of that or less. So it had decent turnout by AG standards, but it's still not good enough. 3,000 people voting. That's the point of the iVoting. Is like that number should be like 5 digits at the minimum every time. Like,
according to record today, they said we have over 100,000 socios that could be eligible to vote. Some of them haven't paid their quotas.
3% of socios are voting. I mean, that's not good enough, right? We can do much better than that.
That's not representative.
And 18% isn't good either, but it's significantly fucking better, you know? So yeah, I will always support changes to our statutes, our voting. I think that our club is very undemocratic in the way that it operates. So anything that I think will bring more democracy to the club, I will support. So I'm not going to stop supporting this, and I'll keep tracking it to see how it develops. But I really wonder if guys like João Benedito, there was a lot of articles in the days leading up to it, kind of trashing it. I wonder how much that impact that had, you know. João came out of the woodwork for his annual interview to shit on iVoting, and now he's back to the cave.
we didn't have the Adrian yearly arm coming back to sporting this year, so now we have
João Benedito. You say that the Adrian article is going to drop like in 2 weeks.
There was a good article that Kevin linked to me. I think it's Bancada de Leal.
It was Pedro from Sparking 160. Yeah, it was a good article.
Was a good article, and I think that's what had some of the even younger socials. Because I still feel like the older socials are saying no because they don't want their vote to change. Yeah, but I think a lot of the younger people had more concerns about what it meant for I don't know the word, but like the thing they've done up for. Well, yeah, I suppose like the rules they have in place. But
they were kind of vague with and Kevin in our group chat made a good point. He goes, they were just kind of vague with how they presented it. There was
like time frames?
Yeah, like time frames and stuff, like when it would be implemented.
And what rules would have to be changed and things like that.
Yeah, so I can see why some people were maybe a little hesitant, but I think if you're just against it, just to be against it, you're just against like a whole massive.
Well, there's definitely a contingent of people that are just against it because it's a Veranda's proposal, right? You know, so
there's going to be some people that just don't like them.
Yeah,
and they're gonna like screw this guy. It's like no, but like 3% of your fan base getting to vote in an election or a general assembly is.
I mean,
not
3,000 is like a better than average turnout. It's normally like 1.5%. Then
Yeah. It's not great. Like it's not representative of even a reasonable portion of the fan base. So you wonder like if like Sam and Chris and Danny and whoever were able to vote, like the people abroad, the law.
And it was the Nucleus Day.
It was Nucleus Day.
So like this was like supposed to be like this turnout was bad.
That's why we thought it might go through because they had all the Nucleus in. So we thought this has a chance to go through because all the ones that are outside of Lisboa might sway it. I mean, it was close. It was like just under 4% of passing. So
I don't understand what they said no though.
They would have to partner. Like here's my personal I guess hesitation about it. Like everything so many times the sporting like just fucked things up, the administration of things, like the logistics of things. Like they would obviously have to partner with the company, a cybersecurity firm, then they'd have to get like a tech partner. The club can't even build an app, right? So how are they gonna build this, right?
Yeah.
That I hear that. I
understand that though, and those are legitimate and like reasonable concerns for people to have.
And I think that was the main reason it didn't pass. I think if there was more concrete evidence of what they were going to do and what the proposal had, and like for example, it would. I think it will pass. It just depends because Veranda said obviously he's going to revisit it because for some I'm not saying for some reason because I think he knows it's probably better for the club if it goes through, and it's also better for him because he's going to be like, oh, I'm the one who did this.
The eye voting.
Yeah, and I think it will be approved eventually, whether that's in the next 2, 5, 7, however many years it takes them to revisit it.
I think it's done. I think it gets passed before the decade is over.
Yeah,
I think it's next like 5 years or so.
The only issue there's always going to be those same older people from the older generation. I'm not trying to generalize, but it is them who are always going to be against people. I'll say people like us because let's just say we're not very popular around the hardcore sporting fan base, and we haven't been for a while. But I think a lot of people don't want people like us to vote that don't agree with sort of the majority of things that the club presents. But I do think eventually we pass. It's a shame it didn't get past this time, but hopefully they can provide some more concrete things that we can actually get behind. Because I still think people want it. People, let's be honest, a lot of the people that want it are sporting fans from overseas. There's 100,000 people that are above the age of 18. That's what record says today, above the age of 18 that can vote. Some of them aren't paying their quotas, but how many aren't paying their quotas because
they don't see enough benefit from it?
Value for them, there's no value, right?
You get 5% off.
10%, I think.
Yeah, 10% off.
10,
and then some 10% off, and then €30 shipping, which doesn't really do much.
Some of us with the exchange rate.
That's true.
What's the point in renewing?
I do really hope it does go through because I really want to vote.
I want to vote.
Not only do I want to vote in the president, I want to vote in AGs. I
want to vote in this.
I've never voted in AG before my entire life, man.
I'll be real. When the Revenge one comes out, I might fly to Portugal and vote him out. Honestly, that is how much I hate him.
I don't hate Fred. I've gone on record and said I don't hate the guy. I don't agree with everything he does. Just like I like Bruno de Carvalho, but I also think
he's kind of been distant.
Yeah,
he's been very out of the public eye so far this season.
He has been saying
at the end of last season he was more front and center than he had been in a while.
Yeah,
there was all these weird incidents that kept happening.
Yeah.
Which was basically just he was fighting Porto every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He must have had lessons of Rui Costa, man, to be a proper president.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think it will get passed at some point. I think the fact that it passed with very little, with it being as vague as the presentation was, shows if you actually put some thought into it and actually present more of a concrete plan, it probably would pass. And like Sam said, there's some old heads that just they'll vote against to vote against it. There's some people that have a blind hatred for Varandas and they'll just vote against it because it's his proposal and they'll want to say fuck him.
It
But
is
like
also
I said on
weird.
the show last week, if you
fuck
pass high voting and it's legit, and it's safe, it's legit, and like it's good for everybody, I'll become a socio like tomorrow. Like I've no problem, but I've not become because there's zero value for me living in Canada to be a socio.
It is
What's
weird
the next
how
voting
they're making people vote for iVoting that isn't like we can't have any say in it. So they're basically saying, do you want to give other people some vote? Like,
Well, then we'd already have iVoting then.
Yeah.
It is a bit
What's the
strange.
next-
I was going to say, yeah, we needed the old heads to do us one last favor, but
Yeah.
What's the
they
next?
didn't quite come through for us.
What's the next voting for? Like, is it like planned? or
It'd be
anything
like
or not
2
really?
years or something, no? 2-3 years
For what?
for the next presidential
anything.
election.
Oh, the next presidential election?
I thought that's what
2026, right?
Yeah.
Unless something happens sooner that causes an
Yeah.
earlier election.
No,
I
but
doubt.
I mean,
we're
like,
in the academy again, and we got to vote Varandas out for some reason.
No, there'll be another AG in like a couple, like 5
They
months,
do,
4
yeah,
months.
they do it every
Yeah.
like 5-6 months. They do AG. They usually like a winter one, like a spring one.
Yeah, there'll be another one. Like, and I've like always wanted like me being in Portugal to line up with one so I could go to one, but
I'd love to go. Yeah, I'd
it's
go
never
to one,
worked
but, like,
out. It's never worked out. I've never been to one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. The one thing
One
I
of
want to
these
end it
days,
on is some news that come out yesterday, and that is potentially Sporting bringing back Eric Dyer. to the
oh
club.
my god, Jesus Christ! When I
Go
saw
on,
this-
G.
When I saw
Here
this,
we
I
go.
threw my phone across my room. I didn't believe it. I don't believe it. And I'm
What's
so
wrong with Eric
on
Dyer, G?
everything.
He
He's
is
awful,
washed.
shit. He's washed. He's bald. He's got awful
He's
hair.
not bald. Whoa.
Oh, one of your favorite faces is Nuno Santos.
He's not.
He's got an awful hairline. Like, honestly though, like I was discussing it with Portuguese yesterday. Like, he comes with pros in it, like Premier League experience. Like, you know, he comes with a lot of pros, but he's just not a good footballer. Like, he is dog awful, man. Like, please. Don't
I
bring
do
him in.
wonder
I'm
because
His
guys
best
like
years are
Otamendi-
behind him.
Guys like
Yeah,
Otamendi,
definitely.
where people were saying, "Oh, he's washed," and he comes to Benfica, and to be fair,
He's
Otamendi's been very
great.
good for
Wins the
them.
World Cup. Like
Pepe was like, I know he's obviously Pepe's been world class all his career, but he came in 36 to
40,
Porto,
older. He was like 38, I think.
and he
37,
was
38.
he was living out in Istanbul at the time. So like his
Yeah.
career.
But
was
come on,
going
man. Let's look at other about stuff. Pardon me, I've come here that are old and we're shit. Look at Jan Vertonghen, man. Come on, man. Please, let's just
That is a good
you know
point.
what? Let Eric Dyer go to Luton. All right, don't come here. Just go to Luton. Go to like a Reading. Just stay over there. Don't come over here. There's no point, all right? Because honestly, just don't bring him in. Please.
Fair enough.
To
Danny,
To be
what about
fair, he
you?
was linked in the summer and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Good. I hope it doesn't work out again and again and again and again.
Yeah, go on, Danny.
It's just someone who loves you the way G hates Dyer, Kawach, and Posh.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I don't think Dyer would be all that bad, but I hear G to a certain degree as well. Like, the price is going to be crazy for the amount of mistakes he'll probably give us, you know?
Also, his
But-
salary will be through the roof as well.
That's
It'll
what
be
I
a high
mean,
salary.
Yeah,
He'll-
exactly.
Imagine giving him like what he's like 31, 32, a huge salary, man. We could spend that money on like way more important things that know how to play football, unlike him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's only 29. Oh, he turns 30 in January, I suppose.
It's gonna be 30.
The only
It's gonna be
benefit, I
30.
guess, from Dyer is that he can play. But again, we don't necessarily need him at midfield. We don't really need him at right back, you know. But he could play those positions. I don't think he'd be all that bad in a back three at least. But he's decent on the ball. But
He's got
there's
experience,
better out there.
man.
There's better
he-
out there. But I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
He could be a good like language barrier type guy for like players that.
We don't need
Supposed to be
that, bro. We have
Portuguese.
St. Juice.
Yeah,
bro.
so I'm saying I'm
Big
literally-
changes for that.
I'm scraping at the bottom of the barrel to think of a good idea why we could bring him in, and there's none. Keep
But
him
I
in
could-
England.
I could also see him coming back and doing well for us, though, at the same time.
No,
Yeah.
no, I can't.
He's
I
young
see it,
enough
man.
that he could still
Dyer-
get a second win.
Dyer has
know
not
what?
been as bad. The Brits are actually like really bad at selling how bad a player is. Dyer has not been as bad for Tottenham as Spurs fans make him.
British media is notoriously impatient too with that player.
Dyer's never been the problem for England. Never been the problem for England. And British media kill him on that too.
But he was awful at Spurs.
Nah, bro, he was not.
Nah, he was
good on the pot.
The amount of
Spurs are awful, bro. Point blank. Period. You're a Gunners fan. You should know this, bro. What do we think of shit, bro?
Tottenham.
What do we think of Tottenham?
What was I gonna say? Nah, man. Honestly, there's no benefit in coming in. Like, I went to college with 2 diehard Spurs fans here, and nah, man. Just don't bring him in. Honestly, I just feel as like we can get someone else better, man. 100%.
Neto out, Dyer in.
No. Keep
even
Neto.
Quad
Like Neto.
Or Quad, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, you know what? Yeah, if Dyer comes in, I promise you, I'm supporting Family Count until he leaves.
Thank God. Good riddance.
Go nuts.
Good fucking riddance.
Go for it.
I promise that. No more match comps for Sporting Twitter, no more. Only for Family Count.
Yo, the next
Bro's Twitter's gonna be fucking dry.
Is that Family Count defender who's talking shit to Diamante.
Otavio.
Yeah.
He's decent though. He's decent.
That's a ball player.
Try to find all of his mistakes and release that on the timeline. I promise you, Diamante sliding.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I had the most robotic tweet pending, but I thought, that's a bit too robotic for me. But I am really shameless, so I might post it later after this live stream. I might post it, so keep an eye out. I might post it.
Fair enough. The only thing I want to say about this, I think it depends on what happens. If Coates is going back to Uruguay, which I think he might at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think
it's
he
good.
will.
It's good to have a leader in, and I think Eric Dyer is one that it would be. Especially, I think Neto's done after this season as well. He's not getting any minutes.
He might need the center back.
He looks. He's 36, but Neto looks 50. I've seen 50-year-olds look younger than Neto.
He looks like
the gray got out of control.
Yeah. Neto is like 36. He looks like my dad, who was 60.
You know what they say? Go on, sorry.
I was gonna say for Luis Neto as well. Like G clowns you for this, but I love Neto. He come back from the last lung. Bro nearly died. He had knee injuries, and he was like, you know what? I'm still
You
I'm still gonna cry.
listen, right, Sam.
I'm not saying I want him
quickly.
to play.
Yeah, he's not a starter.
Sam, quickly, just repeat what you said quickly. Just repeat it quickly. Repeat it.
Which part?
Which part?
Everything they said about Neto.
I like Neto because Neto nearly died, and he was like, you know what? I still want to come for Sporting. Normal men would have retired after that, 100%.
Did you guys hear anything about his actual footballing ability in them points?
I said I don't want to play.
I
like him.
Don't put words in Sam's mouth there. He didn't say I wanted to play. He just
the last time I actually remember him being good is when Quads was suspended against Benfica. Bear in mind that was 2 years ago, but
it was good that game, to be fair. So was good that game actually. Quickly, they say Sporting could even make an offer for a transfer, right? How much is he going to cost? Like, he's going to cost.
Tottenham will just want to get rid of him, so it won't be much.
He'll cost like a.
He doesn't play under Ange. I don't think he's actually seen any minutes.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's too.
He's been on the bench. I think that's it.
They play that really high line, man. That's what I'm saying, man. He couldn't survive in a high line. Imagine that Sporting. We play a really high line. Imagine that. He's gonna get killed, man. Nah, man. Just honestly, send him to Saudi, please. Just keep him.
And also,
he might go there.
He might go Saudi.
Hopefully he does. Honestly,
Steven Gerrard's team, 100%. But one thing that is against Eric Dyer is that he goes into the crowd to fight people. Some of the stuff that goes on in the Alvalade, he's fighting everyone.
Remember when he left the game like 60 minutes into the game? He left to go take a shit and came back.
Yeah.
You're talking about when didn't he go into the stands?
He went into the
stands. He was fighting his brother.
Oh, man, Norwich, I remember.
If he hears G talking shit about him in the crowd, man,
it's over for you.
I'm not listen.
Tottenham will drive you crazy, man.
I wouldn't go. You know why? Because I'll be supporting Family Count. I'd be watching Gustavo. What's his name again? The midfielder, Gustavo Sansao. Yeah, I'll be watching him ball out, man.
Baller.
Next to
but what happens when Family Count plays Sporting and you're in the Family Count section shouting abuse at Eric Dyer? He's gonna come get you.
I'll bang him in the face, man. Don't worry about it.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
But man, I'm honestly like no trolling at all. Like I'm really against him coming in, man. I just feels like it'll cost like 5 to 10 million, 100%. No way Tottenham let him go for less than 5 mil. No way, because they need the money anyways. Like
I
they're
want
in
to just
massive
extend
debt.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got it.
Yeah.
We've got it. But that 5 mil.
No kidding, we don't got it.
You know what I can see
That-
happening is Tottenham putting in a bid for Marcus Edwards and then being like, you can have Eric Dyer as well. And
True, that could happen also.
You know what? Yeah,
definitely.
if that happens, honestly, I might kill Varane. I might just kill him. I might kill. That's the worst. That's the worst bit of business I've ever seen.
No, not like for like. It'll be included in the fee.
No,
Yeah, it would be 1 for 1.
It'll be like 45 plus Dyer because they're not going to
No trolling though.
It'll be instead of the percentage, like they'll just give us Dyer.
Yeah.
No trolling at all, and quickly. I feel as like it'll cost over 10 mil, and that 5 mil, whatever, we could easily buy Lilo or Lee Junior or that, and his wages will be sky high, man. There's like I see the cons of it, like the pro story of experience and all that, but nah, man, I just feel as like it doesn't make sense financially and footballing wise because he is awful. So yeah, keep him away from the club.
Yeah,
fair enough. I don't think there's anything else unless you guys can think of anything else that for this episode. At least.
Nothing that I can think of unless Chris.
I can. Boavista away. Are we going to see a defense of Reis, Inácio, and Quach?
Might.
probably.
Or is St.
Who else are
Just
you
going
gonna
to be in there?
He's not going to be in there.
Yeah, I just feel as
St.
like
Just off the
maybe.
bench. No, I think
Maybe though, it is 2 weeks away. If he has a decent cup
Off
game, if
the
he
bench.
plays in the cup,
Ruben
If he even
Amorim
plays
said he's
on the
going to
cup.
play minutes for the B team, I think, or like meeting like Pine Close or friendlies.
the
So
only
think
way I
he's
see him
gonna
do
be
it, is if he plays a cup game or a B team game. But
We have a
If
cup.
we
We have
play-
a cup game on Sunday.
Don't suspensions work for the cup game? Does Diamande suspension not take
think it
effect
might
in the
carry
cup?
over
no,
to the
he'll
Tasha.
play. He can play in the cup game. Yeah, he can.
Can
Because
he?
in my FM save.
I'm not sure. Oh,
I thought they
if it happened in
carried over.
FM, then
So I remember once Rui Patricio had it where he was suspended and then it counted for the TAS of the Portugal game.
I think it does though. I think
Right,
it
I
does.
think it might carry
hypothetically,
over.
Hypothetically, if
remember
he does not play against
We're
Boavista
in
away,
lose, not to
we are dropping points that game. Because
Nah.
that game is scaring me. 100%.
You know who you haven't
1-0.
thought of that's gonna start for us?
Oh, don't say Cornet more nets.
Sam, tell him, bro. Tell him. He's friendly. He has white hairs.
Nearly died.
Your boy. Nearly died.
Boy.
Your boy started.
If
Luis.
just a quick
Neto is
prediction,
good for one performance a season.
He is,
So,
bro.
you know.
It's
Just a
gonna
quick
be rage.
prediction.
It's gonna be rage.
if we play Reis, Inácio, and Quach, we're gonna drop points. That's gonna be
We're
our
not.
first loss of the season.
Diamande, out of those three, Diamande's the worst. They're playing the
All
worst.
right. You know what? Listen, thanks.
Listen,
Thank
you're
you
Jim,
for having me on.
Real though.
Thank you for having me on. I'm gone. Thank you for having me on. That was the worst option I've ever heard in my life.
He
Thanks
just
for
got
having
a
me on.
red, bro. He was struggling last game too against Atalanta. He was
Wait, hold on.
struggling,
He was
bro.
getting-
Hold on. Are you
Atlanta.
telling me Reis is better than Diamand?
No, he never said
I'm-
that.
No, he's saying Coates and-
Diamand,
Coates is
Coates,
not
and
good.
Diamand is the worst.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Okay. Actually,
Okay.
no, I don't. Quach is
No, he
worse.
don't.
All right, sorry. I thought we meant
predictions
Reis was
for-
better than
predictions for
Diamand.
the
I was
top.
about to leave.
Predictions for the
Oh, I don't
top
have
of
the
the
crazy hot takes. You do, bro. I just thought a striker would suck. That's the craziest I got.
Yeah.
That's the only time
I love
I've
hate-
ever been
listen.
wrong, bro.
Listen, I love hating. I love having agendas, man. It fuels me every day. Honestly.
His haters
Yeah.
are his motivators.
Thing is, I don't know if I want to do predictions for the TAS of the Portugal game. One, because it's either going to be a rout or we're going to lose. I don't think there's any in between.
I'm not gonna watch
don't
it,
even know
but
who
we'll probably
starts.
win. But that
Yeah.
Boavista game, I honestly I genuinely no trolling. I do see us dropping points that game. I really do.
I
Because
think we
Boavista
should
way
go.
scares me.
We should save the
I know,
prediction
man.
for TAS until the lineups come out because obviously we don't know. Like,
So
we
we'll
don't know.
probably,
Boavista
what
way
we'll
scares
probably
me,
do
man.
then is day of. You'll have to remind us to fill out the sheet then.
I will. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I
Boavista
can
way
live with
scares
that.
me, man.
But yeah, I guess we'll sign off here. I don't think there's anything else to talk
got
about.
nothing.
However, next episode will be 200 episodes. We've got something good planned. We're not going to spoil it until the day, but tune in because we've got something.
I'll be
good
there.
planned. We've got something.
We got
good
some
planned.
fun stuff.
Yeah, so definitely keep an eye out for that. We'll be looking forward to it. But apart from that, make sure you follow our special guest, G. If you want to see some good comps and some bad ball knowledge, that is your man.
Comp goat.
Yeah,
Comp
facts.
goat.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I've tried hard, man. I've tried hard.
If only your football knowledge was as good as your comps, man.
All right, man. The irony. Pay your quarters before speaking to me, mate. All right.
You can follow
Mine are all
Richard.
paid for.
I've paid mine as well, but I actually pay mine. You don't pay yours. You get someone else
Prove
to
it.
pay yours.
Yeah, my granddad.
You're a
Not
bot.
me, bro.
Go in,
I've
bro.
never paid a penny, bro.
If they get paid, who cares, brother?
Yeah, money's
Fair
money.
enough. Make sure you follow Richard there. Make sure you follow Danny as well. Of course, Chris and myself. Most importantly, make sure you follow all things Alvalade, all social media platforms, and all podcast platforms. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. And peace.